Welcome to the Secrets of the Bible channel. She is considered by some as humanity's first woman, and indeed Adam's first wife. Was she truly Adam's first woman? Some believe so, while others argue she was never a woman, let alone Adam's wife. According to some traditions, she was a primordial demon. Her name is Lilith, and in this video, I want to discuss Lilith's origin with all of you. With that in mind, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and help by sharing this video with others who want to learn more about this ancient entity. The mysterious origin of Lilith. Was she Adam's first wife? Lilith is a central figure in Jewish mythology, often portrayed as Adam's first wife, created alongside him, unlike Eve, who was created from Adam's ribs. Despite her centrality in Jewish tradition, she also appears in various other cultures throughout history, such as Mesopotamian, Sumerian, Babylonian, and Persian mythology. Her origins trace back to ancient texts, including biblical texts and rabbinic writings. The story of Lilith as Adam's first wife is found in Jewish texts subsequent to the Talmud, an important collection of sacred Jewish books, such as the Alphabet of Ben Sira and the Zohar. According to legend, Lilith refused to submit to Adam and left the Garden of Eden. She is often regarded as a demonic figure associated with night seduction and temptation. Lilith is also frequently depicted as a figure who threatens children and pregnant women. However, in some traditions, Lilith is seen as a powerful and independent figure who refuses to be dominated by men. Lilith, also known as Lilitu or simply Lilies, is considered by some to be Adam's first wife instead of Eve, while others view her as a primordial demon. Lilith is cited as being banished from the Garden of Eden by those who believe she was the first woman of Adam, because of her disobedience to Adam. The name Lilith is derived from a Hebrew word found in the Biblical Hebrew and Ancient Phoenician, specifically in the book of Isaiah, where she is referred to as an evil spirit of the night. Some translations describe her as an owl, or simply as a nocturnal creature. I will read the Bible passage from the updated King James Bible translation that mentions Lilith. Desert creatures will meet with hyenas, and wild goats will bleat to each other. There the night creatures will also lie down and find for themselves places of rest. The term Lilith here denotes evil spirits, night creatures lying down there. In late antiquity, in Mandean and Jewish sources from around 500 AD, Lilith appears in incantations that incorporate small mythical stories in various contexts and locations, offering partial descriptions of her. She is mentioned in the Talmud, in texts like Niddah, Shabbat, Baba Butra, in the conflict between Adam and Eve with Satan as Adam's first wife, and also in the Zohar, where she is described as a fiery woman who first cohabited with man. However, many ancient rabbinic authorities, including Maimonides and Monachim Mary, reject the existence of Lilith. The name Lilith derives from Lilu, or Lilitu, Akkadian words related to Hebrew, having been borrowed from that language. In Hebrew, the term appears in Isaiah 34 verse 14, where it is considered a type of demon. In Mesopotamian religion, mentioned in cuneiform texts from Sumer, Assyria, and Babylon, Lilitu is a spirit or demon. Lilith is often associated with the Mesopotamian demon Lamashtu, with whom she shares characteristics and a similar position in mythology. Let's talk about the origins of Lilith, starting with Mesopotamian mythology. The Spirit in the Tree in the Gilgamesh cycle Samuel Noah Kramer, in 1932, published in 1938, translated Kisikala as Lilith, in Tablet 12 of the Epic of Gilgamesh, dated to around 600 BC. Tablet 12 is not part of the original Epic of Gilgamesh, but a later Assyrian Akkadian translation of the last part of the Sumerian Epic of Gilgamesh. The Kisikala is associated with a serpent and a bird zoo. In Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and the underworld, a hulupu tree grows in the Garden of Inanna in Uruk, which he plans to use to build a new throne. After 10 years of growth, Inanna comes to harvest it and finds a serpent living at its base, a bird zoo raising its young in its crown, and a Kisikala who has made its home in the trunk of the tree. It is said that Gilgamesh killed the snake, and then the zoo bird flew to the mountains with its offspring, while the Kisikala destroyed her home out of fear and fled to the forest. The identification of Kisikala as Lilith is mentioned in the Dictionary of Deities and Demons in the Bible, 1999. According to a new source from late antiquity, Lilith appears in a Mandean magical story where she is considered the representative of the branches of a tree, with other demonic figures forming other parts of the tree. This interpretation may include various Liliths. Now, speaking about Lilith in Jewish traditions, the main sources of this tradition in chronological order include the Dead Sea Scrolls, specifically that songs for a sage dated between 40 and 10 BCE. Additionally, the Gemara of the Talmud dated around 500 CE is also an important source between 700–1000 CE. We find that alphabet of Ben around 900 CE. There is the Midrash Absiyu. In 1260, in Spain, the treatise on the left emanation emerged, and in 1280, also in Spain, the Zohar was written. The Dead Sea Scrolls contain an indisputable reference to Lilith in the fragment known as the Songs of the Sage. In it, the instructor proclaims her glorious splendor to frighten and terrorize various spirits, including the destroying angels, the spirits of the bastards of the giants, howling Lilith demons, desert dwellers, and those who fall upon men without warning. This is done to divert men from a spirit of understanding, making their hearts desolate during the current dominion of evil and the predetermined time of humiliations for the children of light, due to the guilt of the ages of those who were affected by iniquity, not for eternal destruction, but for an era of humiliation due to transgression. The view of the Dead Sea Scrolls on Lilith, or the Lilith, is generally that they are impure or nocturnal demonic spirits in Arab culture. The writer and OC cultist, Maud al-Buoni, who died in 1225 in his work, The Sun of Great Knowledge, mentions a demon known as the Mother of Suns. Folk traditions recorded around 1953 mention a genie named Karina, who was rejected by Adam and mated with Iblis or Shane, that is, Satan. She gave birth to a series of demons and became known as their mother. To avenge Adam, she allegedly killed babies in the wombs of pregnant mothers and caused impotence in men, as well as attacking young children with diseases. According to occult practices, she would be subordinate to the demon king Murra al-Abiyad, essentially another name for Shane or Iblis used in magical writings. The stories about Karina and Lilith merged in early Islamism. It is worth noting that in ancient Mesopotamian and Babylonian traditions, Lilith is described as a spirit that causes illness in people. In Greco-Roman mythology, in the Latin Vulgate version of Isaiah 34 verse 14, Lilith is translated as Lamia. According to Augustine Calmet, Lilith is associated with early conceptions of vampires and witchcraft. Some scholars believed they had found traces of vampirism in the ancient past. However, what they say about it does not compare to what is reported about vampires. Lamias, Striges, wizards accused of sucking the blood of living people to cause death, and magicians who supposedly caused the death of newborns through evil spells are now understood as vampires. Even if it is considered that these Lamias and Striges existed, there is no solid proof of this. Certainly, these terms are found in various versions of the Holy Scripture. For example, Isaiah describes the condition to which Babylon would be reduced after its ruin, mentioning that it will become the dwelling place of satyrs, Lamias, and Striges, in Hebrew, Lilith. According to the Hebrews, the term Lilith means the same as the Greeks expressed as Strix and Lamia, which were witches or wizards who sought to kill newborn children. Hence the Jewish practice of writing in the four corners of a newborn woman's room, Adam, Eve, leave here, Lilith. The ancient Greeks knew these dangerous witches by the name Lamia, believing they devoured children or sucked all their blood until they died. Here, the ancient Greek and Roman view, both Greek and Latin, including the Romans, shared a perspective on Lamia and Strix. This conception is quite similar to the view of Lamashtu in the Babylonian Empire, both for the Babylonians and the Sumerians. In the Akkadian language of Assyria and Babylon, the terms Lili and Lilitu mean spirits or demons. Some uses of Lilitu are listed in the Assyrian Dictionary of the Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago. In Hebrew, Lilith means night. It is important to note that the Sumerian female demons, Lili, have no etymological relationship with the Akkadian Lilu, meaning night. In 1882, Archibald Sayce considered that both the Hebrew and earlier Akkadian terms are derived from Proto-Semitic. Charles Fossey, in 1902, literally translated it as female night being or demon. although there are cuneiform inscriptions from Mesopotamia where Lilith and Lilithu refer to disease-bearing wind spirits. Now, I would like to hear each of your opinions in the comments. Do you believe Lilith was Adam's first wife before Eve, or was Lilith simply a primordial demon? Please share your views in the comments. Thank you for watching until now. May God bless you and see you soon.